Our story begins, not with a grand city, but with a powerful myth. It is the tale of two brothers, Romulus, Remus, twin sons of the god Mars. Legend tells us they were abandoned as babies, left to die by a jealous king. But fate had other plans. They were found and cared for by a she-wolf, a symbol forever linked to Rome. This story of survival became the Roman spirit. It taught them they were destined for greatness, protected by the gods, capable of overcoming any hardship. As the brothers grew, they chose the Tiber banks near the Seven Hills for their city. A fierce dispute erupted over who should rule. In rage, Romulus killed his brother Remus. On that tragic day, Romulus became king, and the city took his name, Rome. With the kings gone, Rome embarked on a bold experiment in self-governance. They created the Republic, a system where power was shared. At its head were two consuls, elected each year, so no single person could seize too much authority. The Senate, wise elders from noble families, advised and guided policy. For the plebeians, assemblies let them vote and elect tribunes to protect their rights. The conflict of the orders won key concessions, the right to marry patricians, and written laws, the 12 tables, posted for all to see. Justice became less arbitrary and more equal. Beyond politics, Rome faced rivals across Italy. Citizen legions learned from defeat and adapted tactics. Organization and engineering powered victory. Step by step, Rome conquered all of Italy, opening the path to the wider Mediterranean. Having mastered Italy, Rome's gaze turned outward across the sea. There it met its greatest rival, Carthage, a wealthy maritime empire. Its navy ruled the western Mediterranean, soon clashing with Rome. The Punic Wars, a century-long struggle deciding the ancient world. The first war began over Sicily, prized for grain and position. The second war brought Hannibal Barca. He marched from Spain, over the treacherous Alps, into Italy, aiming to break Rome on its own soil. At Cannae, a smaller army encircled and annihilated a larger Roman force. Rome was pushed to the brink, its spirit tested. Yet the Republic did not break. It doubled down. Avoiding pitched battle, they wore Hannibal down. Scipio studied his rival and carried the war to Africa. At Zama, in 202 BC, Scipio outmaneuvered Hannibal and won total victory. With Carthage defeated and power spanning the Mediterranean, Rome expanded rapidly. Vast wealth widened inequality and strained the old system. Ambitious generals challenged the Senate, pushing Rome towards civil war. The foundations of government began to crack. Into this turmoil stepped Gaius Julius Caesar, general, politician, and writer. He formed the first triumvirate to dominate politics, then conquered Gaul, gaining wealth, popularity, and a fiercely loyal army. The Senate and Pompey feared his power. In 49 BC, Caesar was ordered to disband and return. Instead, he crossed the Rubicon, an act of treason that sparked civil war. He declared, "The die is cast." There was no turning back. Caesar defeated Pompey's forces across the empire. By 45 BC, he was master of Rome, made dictator for life, shattering tradition. On the Ides of March 44 BC, senators assassinated him. His death did not restore the Republic, it unleashed new civil wars. From chaos emerged Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir. He defeated all rivals, including Antony and Cleopatra. In 27 BC, he built a new order, a republic in appearance, power in his hands. He took the title Augustus and became the first emperor. The Pax Romana began, stability and prosperity. Augustus reformed the army into a loyal professional force, built a fairer civil administration, and expanded roads that became arteries of commerce. A common currency and unified law eased trade across the sea. Emperors came and went, some great, some terrible, yet the system held. Trajan expanded to Dacia, bringing gold. Hadrian consolidated, building his famous wall. Cities blossomed with temples, amphitheaters, baths, and forums. Citizenship spread, forging shared identity. A golden age of culture and engineering secured Rome's enduring place in history. The genius of Rome was not just in conquering, but in building. Masters of engineering and design, they transformed the ancient world. They perfected the arch, the vault, and the dome, and pioneered concrete, strong and versatile. They built amphitheaters and vast bathhouses for the public. Over 50,000 miles of roads, all roads lead to Rome. They moved armies, officials, and goods swiftly. Aqueducts carried fresh water to cities, supplying baths, fountains, and homes. Urban scale and complexity unmatched for 1,000 years. They built a legal system on justice, evidence, and citizens' rights. presumption of innocence among them. Latin became the root of Romance languages and the language of learning for centuries. A vibrant mix of cultures and faiths, from lavish villas to modest flats and farms. Public spectacles thrilled the masses, chariots and gladiators, tradition, innovation, and entertainment defined Roman life. The story of a small village that ruled the known world is more than history. It is inspiration, a mirror for our world. Ambition, organization, perseverance. Rome faced enemies and internal divisions, and engineered solutions on an epic scale. From small beginnings rise great powers. Rome's influence weaves through our language, laws, and government. Republics, senates, citizens with rights, institutions echo Rome. Even our calendar bears their names. But Rome warns of unchecked ambition, corruption, and civil war. Borders, inequality, vast governance, challenges then and now. We study Rome to see ourselves, hopes, fears, and futures. Its tapestry spans leadership, citizenship, technology, and art. Not just battles and emperors. It is the enduring power of ideas that shaped our world. The stones of the Colosseum may be weathered, but the legacy of Rome is eternal.